In this video, I'm going to take you through my top tutor tips to help you pass your upcoming ACCA SBL exam for the September 2024 sitting. Hello, my name is James. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and check out the other videos that are definitely going to help you to pass your ACCA SBL exam, along with my exclusive SBL notes you can see on the screen above me. If you'd like access to them and have a copy yourself, just click the link down below in the description of this video and you can have a copy so you can follow it through with the rest of the videos on the channel. I'd also recommend that you check out some mock papers, doing these to time, and I'm delighted to say I'm affiliated with Astranti, where you can actually download a free analysis pack. They also have available some mock papers and other resources to help you pass your SBL exam. And for complete transparency as ever on the channel, because I'm affiliated with them, if you were to purchase any through the links down below in the description, I'd be entitled to a small commission which goes to supporting the YouTube channel. And as always, a massive thank you for all the likes, subscribing, and if you have any questions ahead of your exam, leave me a comment below because we're going to get straight into those top tips now. Number one, absolutely paramount to you being in the 50% of students who are going to pass this exam is a deep, in-depth understanding of the pre-C notes. Now, where are people going to get mixed up? First of all, examiners love it when you talk about the companies and individuals themselves. So you've got Bago is our company that we're looking at, but one of the mistakes that people will make is they'll get mixed up between Bago, the company, and Beeland, the country where they operate. I think there may also be some confusion with the Transport Network Company. You can see up there, the TNC. I've got a sneaking suspicion that some students are going to write about TNCs for ages, but this is just the industry that they're operating in, as it's a sort of platform like Uber, or if you're from Southeast Asia like Grab. And Bago, the company which all this information is relating to, is the second largest in Beeland. We then also have, as you can see on the left hand side, Zenbi. They are the largest in Beeland. So the TNCs is the industry, just like Uber, but then we actually have Zenbi on there, who is the leading market shareholder. You can see it in the top left hand corner with the diagram we have on there, but someone who understands the pre-seen information is going to know that Zenbi's market share is dropping off. Bago's has been increasing year on year. And you've also got on there the other competitors in the market are just slightly creeping up. And that is another threat when it comes to your SWOT analysis, which we'll come on to later on in the video for theories that you just have to know about on there. Some other areas that, again, are going to be absolutely critical and stand out to someone who's really gone through this is understanding the actual industry itself, so the processes, the different revenue streams. So this is where we've got an Uber that went to an Uber Eats, so food delivery. They've also linked in electric and autonomous cars. For some of the key performance indicators now, driver satisfaction for your notes has been dropping over the last 5 years, which for the business model itself, if the drivers aren't satisfied and you're not retaining them, we are told that this is a major risk that could impact on the business and the future profitability. Services that Bago provide, they have no service customer rentals. Now, what that means is they do not rent out any cars. That could be a major opportunity that the competitors in the market are actually utilising themselves. And two more names for you to get down for your notes that is going to be imperative for you to imply in your answers on the exam day are the original founders, Ed Foss and Kim Lee, who have this business model that Bago only operates in Beeland on there. Ed and Kim used to work in Beeland. They went to work, they commuted. That is why they set up the business itself, and they are from a mobile app background, and that is what they've applied in the business model. So again, plenty of stuff to go through. I've done lots more videos on the channel to help you out. Do not overlook the mission, the vision, the values at the bottom. All of those are going to be super important for you to apply on the exam day, not even forgetting about the risk register and the amount of technology, because it's an app-based business. So there are risks associated with that and could link into ethics and potential lawsuits, what have happened. As you can tell, lots to get your head around and to understand. So that is tip number one, deep understanding of the pre-C notes. Next, we come on to tip number 2, the exam time management. So many students, and this could be your first exam when you've maybe come out of university, if you've had some exemptions, so many students only answer 85 marks, 90 marks. They run out of time at the end. And this is where you can see on here, you have not got time in the exam to be going back through the pre-C materials. The only thing I'd be going through back to these pre-C materials for your time management would be some specific areas that you may be of interest to you. So maybe picking out the number of active customers going up to 19 million, or the total number of cities that Bago operates in is 250. The specific percentages of the services for their revenue splits on there, maybe the staffing numbers. But overall, for time management, when it kicks off on the exam day, you have not got time to be flicking through these pre-C notes again. You might want to come back and just reference maybe the mission statement, the vision statement for you to refer to in a particular requirement. But overall, from an exam time management technique for each student, and for the countless students I've helped pass this exam, there is no one right way to go about it. Different students process the information at different rates. So there'll be lots of people you might look online, they go 1.8 minutes per mark with a bit of reading time, bit of flexibility. Some might go 1.5 minutes per mark and then giving yourself some more at the end. But you've got to get those exam techniques down to say, right, in my exam I'm going to have a 12 marker, a 14 marker. That means I've got, for every really good developed point that I've identified and explained, that is 2 marks. So I need to have 6 paragraphs for a 12-mark question on there. So 6 paragraphs, first paragraph, leave a line. Next paragraph, leave a line on there. So that you're working it through. And to get to those 6 paragraphs, one really helpful exam technique that's worked for a lot of students I've helped is just coming up for a couple of buzzwords for each of those paragraphs. So maybe paragraph 1, liquidity. Paragraph 2, mission statement. Paragraph 3 on there, board of directors. And so that it just helps your time management. But the only other way of getting around that is doing mock papers to time, which we're going to come on to later. But that is exam time management tip number 2, ladies and gentlemen, on there. Number 3 now for your tips are the professional skills marks. Completely overlooked sometimes by students. They get so overwhelmed by the actual theory, the preceding information. I'm just going to bring you up to those professional skills marks you can see on the left-hand side. Make sure you've got those down. Analysis, commercial acumen, communication, evaluation, and skepticism on there. The ones that students tend to do very well on: analysis, communication, and evaluation. That's building up your arguments in the pre-scene, from the pre-scene notes, the information we're given on the exam day in the unseen. And usually you're going to get a SWOT analysis, a pestle theory, pros, cons, and coming to some sort of recommendation or your professional opinion to say what they should do on there. You can also get credit for maybe some small calculations, but the 2 where students throw away marks are the commercial acumen and skepticism. But what does that mean so it can help you out and you can apply it in your exam? Well, commercial acumen is understanding and talking about the industry itself. First of all, that's going to help you talk about Bago. Use Bago, the word for the company. Don't use it or they. Refer to Zemby. Say that it's actually a business that involves, say, taxis on there, and they've diversified into the cycle sector for it as well. They also provide business services and has the potential for rental cars or food delivery. That is commercial acumen, applying it to the given industry and the way that they provide their product or service on there. Skepticism, on the other hand, is questioning and challenging what has been set in the requirement on the exam day. So you've got to say to yourself, and I always refer to it of going, hang on a second, that can't be right, or hang on a second, where are the grey areas around this? And the things that you go, what? No, we've got to challenge that back there. And that's the skepticism part, that some students actually get no skepticism marks. They just state things that they can remember from the tuition or small bits from the unseen information on the exam day. But you can pose questions in your answers to the marking team, and you'll be given professional skills marks, especially on skepticism, that most people will simply just throw away on there. But that is tip number 3, professional skills marks on there. Tip number 4, applying your answers back to the scenario. Please, please, please do this. It's one of the things whenever I mark SBL or ACCA exams, that isn't for ACCA for the exams. Sorry, I'm not an insider on there. I do it for other providers. But when we're talking about applying your answers back to the scenario, this comes in 3 forms. The first form is the pre-seen information you can see on here, and you've just got to be really specific to identify the point and relate it back to that given requirement on there. The next area is the unseen information. This is when you're on the exam day and they'll give you some extra information you've got to go through, process, and this is another area where students just go, oh my gosh, I've got so much to think about on here and I could just play it safe. But what you've got to do is take that unseen information, digest it, and then pick it apart to say what can relate to the current requirement that I am answering on there. And the last thing, touching on the requirements, coming on to our tip number 4 now, is the requirement words themselves. So within the requirement, first of all, be careful words like and on there, because then that means there are 2 elements to the requirement you have to answer. And secondly, there will always be some key words on there that you just need to include and embed within your answer. Classic ones on SBL involve, say, effectiveness on there. We sometimes have things like cash flow or profitability. So take those words, cash flow, profitability, and say, has the cash flow gone up or gone down? Has the brand image of the organisation improved or decreased? That is what the marker is going to want to see. And if you do some mock papers to time, when you get it marked as well, that is what is going to be vital in the feedback you receive, that you can apply it in your work on there. So that is tip number 4, applying your answers back to the scenario, using the words and the key terms of the companies, and you'll be absolutely fine on there. Tip number 5, our last one for the video, CBE, practice platform practice, and also mock papers 2-time under exam conditions. This is just imperative and one of the reasons why students will fail this exam. The reason for it is, if we come back up to the top here for the contents, students on the exam day will be going, right, I've got to go to my answer document on there, I've got the worksheet, then we're going to go to the pre-seen information part, then I've got the unseen information. And it's not having a system in place that they know, right, read through the requirement first. Next thing, what things can I remember from the pre-seen information I can get down straight away? Cool, done that. Now next thing I've got to be thinking about how many marks is the question. It's 10 marks. Okay, so that's going to be 5 paragraphs of 2 marks each, where I need to write about per paragraph, 3 sentences, maximum 4 on there. So you can see how I'm already structuring my answer and coming up with a plan, but it's because I've got the systems in place. I've helped students to do it and I know they can do it and they pass on it. So that is where getting familiar with how you would do that functionally on the CBE platform is going to set you apart so much. And then when it comes down to it, as a sort of added bonus now, let me take you down here, is when you're doing your mock papers and your practice platform and getting used to it, you then have the other elements of the SBL syllabus that students really struggle with, which are the theories and ethics on there. So classic ones for you to get down, Pestal's analysis, you'll see in the pre-C notes when you go through them, so many areas, especially on the environment and technology, that I think could come up. We've also got on there Porter's 5 forces, SWOT analysis. There are so many little things you go, wow, that's an opportunity and a threat. And not overlooking some of the other theories that are on the syllabus, and they've got a few little hints in this pre-seen exam information for Porter's value chain, Porter's diamond, and Ansough's matrix on there. Not overlooking, because I don't think I'd be able to sleep tonight if I didn't mention it on record, those ACCA Code of Ethics. Last point on there for your mock paper practice and the practice platform is ethics will be on your exam. The examiners say students who have done their ethics and professional skills module are more likely to pass this exam by 20 to 30%. But what you need to do is take those key words, integrity, objectivity, professional behaviour, and use them in your example, applying in your exam, shall I say, as an example, and applying it to the requirement on there. And your mark is only going to go one way. It's going to go up because ethics will be on your exam, along with theories. And if you apply it back to the scenario like we've touched on before in this video, it is definitely going to help you to pass on there. Whew. And breathe, James. Well, everyone, that is my top tips to help you pass your September 2024 exam. If you'd like access to those exclusive notes, click the link down below and check out those Astranti mock papers and packs. They're also linked down below. Definitely going to help you when you're preparing for this. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel, and I've put a couple up at the top now, so I'll see you on the other side for another video. Thank you very much.